Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. So today what we've got to do, I'm making a little parting tool. And this parting tool is going to do the ring grooves on the pistons for the SV engine that I'm making. Now, I believe it was Tom Knott from Hilltop Machine Works. He sent me over some of this high-speed steel parting tool. I'm pretty sure it was him or it was either Kimber, but I think it was Tom, to be honest with you. It was a little bit too wide, so I've had to make a holder just out of aluminium because I've only got to make 4 of these pistons. So I've made a holder to hold this parting blade, but what I need to do now is pop it in my tool and cutter grinder and grind it down to size. It's too wide. So what I was saying, I need to grind that tool down a little bit, so I'll put it in the vise. That was kindly donated to my channel, thank you. I've got my diamond cutters in here to dress the wheel. You've noticed I've put 2 in. I'm only going to use 1. I'll put 2 in just to balance out the vise jaws. I have got it, roughly textbook states that it should be about 10 degrees past the centre, so that way then the tool, as the tool rotates, you're not going to bite into it. If I was on the other side, it could bang and break the wheel. Right, so we'll start it up here. Take another pass. And there we go. Got my head, Evie?
Yeah.
Look good?
Yeah.
Okay. So lucky today I've got my little granddaughter Eve behind the camera and she's doing all the camera work for me. So thank you, Eve. Now, I've got my parting off tool in here and I'm currently, it was about 3 mil thick, I'm down to about 2.2. So grinding is a little bit of a slow and arduous task. It doesn't rip it off like a milling machine. I just want to take my time at it. I have dressed that stone as you saw. So we'll start up now and we'll try and get a bit of grinding done and you might see a few sparks hopefully. I've reset my airline, I've turned on the little air blast. Now I would prefer to use flood coolers in this setup here, but I don't want it going everywhere. So let's get cracking. Make you guys get a little bit closer for you to see. Let's get the micrometer on it and just see what thickness we've got there now. I'll disconnect my airline for a minute. Okay, so the piston ring is 1.2 mil. I'm shooting for about 1.25. I'm currently at 1.3. So I just need to take a little bit more of a tickle there and we've got it done. So what I'll do, I'll get that down off camera for you and I'll come back when it's done. Here's the little custom tool holder that I made today. You can see here, there's some blemish marks that I had. I tried to bolt it in another little jigging operation to grind it on the tool and cutter grinder, but I was having all sorts of trouble, so that's why I bolted the vise back on, that little machine vise. The grinds come up really nice, so that's the original surface. You can see a little bit of heat got into it, not that much. And there's the ground surface. You can actually see how much I've cut off it. So I've taken quite a bit off it. So that should do very, very well. And what I need to do here, now it's pretty hard to see this, but here's a 3D printed model of the piston. And I need to part that ring groove in here. Now this ring groove in the 3D print's obviously bigger. So this is my custom tool that I made. These are rings, I didn't make these rings, I actually bought them online. And yes, I think it will work rather well. So let's get back over to the lathe, and here's the drawing. I did this drawing over a year ago, and this was based off Sander Verkemmen's design, all his CAD model files, which I translate into 2D drawings. The 2D drawing is missing some detail, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. What's deviated are the ring and the ring grooves. Obviously, the plan stipulated a 2mm ring. I've actually sourced some from China and they're actually 1.2 wide. I have to groove in 1.5 mil to clear it. So here's my setup today. Take it a little bit closer. Now, as my Colchester's Imperial, I cheat and put a dial gauge on there, and of course you've got to be careful when you do this. It's got to be perfectly square, front on, and not on an angle or anything like that. Here's my setup here. This is my piston. Now the OD is spot on for what I need. So let's put this ring groove in, guys. I'll start it up, get you going, then I'll have to hold the camera back. Done the two ring grooves. You can actually see where I've just marked the end of the piston. The total length of the piston is 30mm. To give you a bit better of understanding, here's the 3D printed one. Now, it does have some imperfections you can see there between the ring grooves, but it's good to have a solid model while you're making these sort of components, just to get your head around things. Now, I'll take it a little bit closer. The ring fits in there perfectly in the groove. Try and get that on camera a bit better. I'll take you over the top, excuse the camera. All right, and I've allowed 50 micron of clearance. So I had another piston there and I measured it with a pair of feeler gauges, and with the ring in, roughly the same sort of size ring on a brand new piston, and with a pair of feeler gauges, it sort of had a not a ring end gap, but the width gap there of 0.05. So anyway, it's the ring was 1.2 mil wide, and I made the ring groove 1.25. So hopefully it will work, and I'll get these little motors running. So next step is off to the milling machine, and not today, but there'll be another video to do all this work, and then hopefully I can get them together.